In this episode of Authors Showcase, we present the Chicago Newberry Library's annual book sale and Bughouse Square debates. Have a pencil and paper handy in case you want to learn more about some of the books and authors we present, or some of the books people are reading this summer. Now take a few minutes and enjoy watching Authors Showcase.
Hungry dogs. We must debate these issues. We must come to terms with reality. If you're going to have people that think Sky Daddy exists and Sky Daddy is watching every move that you make, well, what's going to happen? Let's look at the past. What has happened?
Well, hi, I'm Rick Kogan of the Chicago Tribune. I write about arts and entertainment and, indeed, books. I'm here at the annual Bughouse Square debates that I have been hosting for about the last 5, 6, 7 years, ever since Studs Terkel, who hosted it for basically 20 years, got too sick to do it, and then, of course, Studs died. And Studs' ashes are right over here next to a little tree if you want to find them. Be gentle, be gentle. But this is a great resurrection of the grand tradition of this place. It is actually called Washington Square Park. It's right across the street from the Newberry Library, between Clark and Dearborn on Walton. And it was famous for hosting soapbox debaters and lunatics and free love, free speech orators. And about 30 years ago, the Newberry Library decided wisely to kind of resurrect that tradition because it had kind of faded away. And so every year, because I love Studs, because I love free speech, and because I love the Newberry Library, I show up and spend a few hours listening to mostly smart people, but indeed some lunatics get up and espouse whatever it is they want to espouse. And it's a great grand tradition, especially as the world continues to get icier and icier. You know, I don't want 20 years from now to this become the annual tweet festival. I don't care for that. I love the notion of people getting up and speaking their minds, and other people who are listening voicing a different opinion, sometimes gently, sometimes not so gently. So who could not do this? And when you see this, think about coming out next year. It's every July. Today is an exceptionally beautiful day. Usually it's as hot as it's been this summer, but it's a great event, and it reminds people the importance of free speech and of listening and debating and understanding. But you don't hear this on the internet. You just don't do it. That's why we're here. We're in a park. We're in the middle of the city. It's a beautiful day, and people are speaking their minds. And there's an annual book fair that goes on in here with thousands, and I mean thousands of books about everything imaginable, priced in a way that you could fill up a library in a big house in Schaumburg if that was your desire. So come out next year. I'll probably, unless I'm dead and buried with Studs and Ida in this park, I'll be here to MC the whole thing. Don't miss it. It's a great, great event.
That's right. And you encourage. Hi, my name's Mary, and actually my husband and I have been going here to the Newberry Library book sale for about 20 years. We have old containers, shopping bags full of books this year. I love to browse the mysteries, and I'm always coming up with something new. I happen to have something that's got a family name here, so I thought I'd try it, see if I could bring her into the family. But I also really like the textbooks. The whole, what they call Room 6 is full of wonderful nonfiction textbooks and commentaries, and it's every room you go into, it's something different.
You're watching Authors Showcase.
Hi, my name is Cindy Avila. I'm an incoming freshman at the University of Chicago, and right now I'm actually reading a Polish book just to help me practice my Polish. I'm trying to make sure I improve my Polish. Other books that I've been reading is Persepolis. I also read Obama's memoir, So that was really great, and yeah, I've just been picking up books randomly here and there. I really like old books, so this one's actually, the Polish book I'm reading right now is from the 1940s, so I just picked it up and thought I'd, you know, try to practice and learn some new vocabulary, so yeah.
Sarah, I live in the Chicago suburbs, and I work as an assistant editor downtown, and I was just at the Newberry book fair, and I got this giant National Geographic cultural atlas because I have a slight addiction when it comes to giant books with beautiful photos, especially National Geographic, and I know I'm going to love it because I love to learn about different cultures and look at photos. So.
I'm Roberto Diaz. I go to Queen of Angels School. I'm reading Fallen Angels by Walter Dean Myers. It's a good book so far. It's a little slow. I haven't gotten really into like the action of it yet, but it's really good so far. It's this guy named Perry. He enlisted in the army, and he was deployed to the Vietnam War. Yeah, we have to read it for the summer reading for my school, for literature class.
Alex Diaz, and I'm here with my family at the Newberry Book Fair. It's a good day for this. We're enjoying a lot of the debates and also some of the books inside, so we're collecting some of our favorite books from different areas. Currently, I'm reading something called Hemingway's Boat, and the author's name escapes me at the moment, but it's a great story retold from the point of perspective of everything that Ernest Hemingway did, starting to before he became a literary artist, all the way through this time where he started to kind of lose control of what he was doing, and it all told through the eyes of what he was doing with his boat, Pilar, that he bought and sailed mostly in the Caribbean and different places. So it's a great book. It's got a lot of inside stories about him and his life, and I'd recommend it to anybody. I'm halfway through it, and I can't wait to finish it.
My name is Georgia Diaz, and I'm the school librarian at Lincoln Square's Queen of Angels Catholic Elementary School. Currently, I am reading a book called The Hypnotist Love Story. It's a book about a woman who's a hypnotist, and she's dating someone who is actually stalking her boyfriend. This other woman is stalking what is her ex-boyfriend now, and it's actually a good book. You get the perspective of the current girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, so I'm enjoying that. I am a recent purchaser of an e-reader, so I read both books, in paper format and my e-reader. I enjoy both, so that's what I'm doing. The kids at the school enjoy vast variety of books, but what is hot right now is obviously the Hunger Games series, because the book got a lot of publicity from the movie that came out in March, and also the Rick Riordan series, the Last Olympian series, all great books. We run a lot of book clubs at Queen of Angels, and those are some of the kids' favorite books.
An aged widower with an acute awareness of his own mental decline is being moved across country at his daughter's insistence. Instead of flying, he chooses to join his grandson on a 3,000-mile road trip that includes daily readings to an urn of ashes, and for the two travelers becomes a spiritual journey of self-discovery and harsh realities. A must-read roller coaster of emotions, a cathartic tale of spiritual alignment and personal growth. Reading to Jane is an amazing story of loss and grief and the recovery that accompanies it. A fast read that is thought-provoking, funny, heartwarming, and uncannily familiar. The reader becomes part of the family, going along for a physical and symbolic journey with unlikely companions, each with their own tragic past. En route at campgrounds and rest stops, the cross-country travelers meet several colorful characters and eventually befriend a woman who is coping with an unspeakable tragedy that causes her to question her most deeply held beliefs. Her growing anger ultimately forces her to confront the demons of her past. Reading to Jane combines the reality of aging, the brashness of youth, the stigma of societal outcasts, and the turmoil of loss into an intricately woven three-part adventure. Will Mary be consumed by her rage, or will she find a way out of the darkness? Mary and her unlikely companions come together in an unforgettable conclusion that contains all the surprises, humor, and warmth that author Carol Marshall is known for. You can read this novel simply for the pleasure of its wonderful story and unique collection of bizarre yet relatable characters. But each of the characters in Reading to Jane has something to teach us. This book is a journey to a meaningful existence and can point you in the direction of a more joyful and harmonious way to live. You won't want to miss Reading to Jane, available at Amazon.com. We're anxious to hear from our Authors Showcase viewers. Visit authorsbroadcast.com/TV to leave a comment. Your feedback is important to us. We want to know what you think about the show, and if there's any specific information you would like us to include. We produce a new Authors Showcase episode every month, and your comments and suggestions may be used in a future episode. So visit us online at authorsbroadcast.com/TV. Hellfire and Damnation 2, the sequel to 2011's award-winning Hellfire and Damnation, is a remarkable collection of somber, noirish, flat-out scary, and altogether satisfying stories, says best-selling New York Times author John Land. He compares Connie Corcoran Wilson's work to King, Bradbury, and Philip K. Dick, saying, "Her tight, twisty tales establish her as a force to be reckoned with. The frame is once again Dante's Inferno, and the 9 circles of hell and the crimes punished there. This time there are illustrations and a From the Author section as well." Gary Bronbeck, 5-time Bram Stoker winner, agrees with John Land, saying, "Wilson surpasses her previous Hellfire and Damnation with this sequel. I really don't know how she managed to do it." The 11 short stories within Hellfire and Damnation 2 were described as superb by author Brian Pinkerton. Nate Kenyon, award-winning author of Diablo, The Order, calls Hellfire and Damnation 2 an inspiring collection, and Kenyon adds, "Don't miss it." Hellfire and Damnation 2 by Connie Corcoran Wilson is available online and at your favorite bookseller.
Hi there, my name is Nadine. We are actually in front of the Newberry Library about to go to the book fair. This summer I'm currently reading a book called Influence by Robert Cialdini. It's actually my second time around reading it. It's about persuasion and how people influence each other to get them to do something and how to become loyal to them. So I think it's really awesome. It's actually a printed book and not an ebook because I prefer printed books and being able to, touch and feel the book and write and scribble all over it and put drawings and stuff. So that's kind of the way that I feel about it. The book is awesome and you should definitely read it. I highly recommend it no matter what field you're in. So, Influence by Robert Cialdini. Definitely do it.
My name's Miguel. I'm at the Newberry Library here in Chicago, and I'm reading a book called The Honest Truth About Dishonesty by Dan Ariely. And it's a fantastic book on how ordinary people can be dishonest and how they don't even realize when they're doing it. And I really enjoy it. And it's just it's very pertinent to the times that we're in right now, with the financial crisis and with businesses and trying to understand people's behaviors and misbehaviors. And, it also fits in with the politics that are about to come for the upcoming election.
My name is Sienna, and I'm a graduate student. I for the most part, I feel positively about book readers. I think they're very convenient, especially if you're traveling around and you want to, keep up to date with maybe latest books or books that aren't necessarily easy to find when you're abroad. But at the same time, I'm a fan. If I can have the physical book, I will. There's something about just holding it and the physicality of a book that I very much enjoy. But I mean, e-readers are great because of practicality. It's cheap. Books are cheaper, and so I like to integrate both of them. Really, use both rather than one over the other.
The Healing Powers of Coffee is percolating with information about the world's favorite new health food. This personable, reader-friendly, revolutionary book includes interviews with medical doctors, researchers, and coffee roasters who reveal the amazing healing powers of the delicious brew, served up with a lively jolt of past and present coffee culture. The path to better health and well-being is right under your nose. Whether you prefer regular decaf or flavored coffees, recent studies have shown that coffee's magical beans can reduce your risk of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, as well as help you slim down and shape up. Wake up and smell the coffee, then serve yourself a steaming cup of comfort, filled with more antioxidants than tea or cocoa, and even more than renowned antioxidant-rich blueberries or oranges. In The Healing Powers of Coffee, you'll find the author's exclusive, eye-opening, warm and witty real-life stories, more than 50 home cures that fight brain fog, fatigue, headache, jet lag, low libido, moodiness, muscle pain, and stress. Plus, beauty and anti-aging treatments and eco-friendly household uses. Find out why this ancient elixir has gone from vice to virtue, and how to incorporate coffee in Mediterranean-style healthful recipes like cappuccino biscotti, coffee chili, Java-style stuffed bell peppers, plus do-it-yourself espresso drinks. Brew a pot of your favorite blend, nature's surprising superfood, and enjoy reading The Healing Powers of Coffee. Available now at your favorite bookseller.
Michael Sampson. I was just at the Newberry Book Fair and I picked up Flaubert's Three Tales. I read Madame Bovary, and I wasn't really into it, but I'm a big short story guy, so I'm giving Flaubert a chance with the Three Tales. It was just $1.
My name is Andy Johnson. I come to the Newberry Library every year for the book fair and highly enjoy it. Always find a lot of books at a good price, and I happened to get this John Quirk Townsend reprint of his Across the Rockies to the Columbia voyage of 1834, and I like reading old history books.
Hi, I'm Ken from Charles H. Kerr Publishing Company. We've been around since 1886 in Chicago, so we're the world's oldest radical publisher. And we have a history with Charles H. Kerr, who was a socialist, but he was really open-minded towards other things outside of orthodox socialism. And so with that spirit, he was able to cross over to different people. And throughout this 1886 to somewhere in the 70s, different socialist groups ran it. But it's a long history, but the Chicago Surrealist group took over in the 70s, and they are also, the Surrealists were also connected to Marxism later on, or I mean they were, when Dada ended, Surrealism started, which was more political. And the Surrealists in Chicago took over Charles H. Kerr Publishing, and they've added some other dimensions to the project, which include, of course, Surrealism and things from anarchism and more libertarian traditions of Marxism. And that's what we carry, which includes a lot of Chicago history, like what happened today at the Bughouse Square debates. That we have a couple or more books dealing with that, as well as in general issues that are still relevant, even though the people involved might have been around 100 years ago. So labor and so forth. And I'm here representing Charles H. Kerr Publishing and offering books to people, and also discussions too. Critical discussions that people might not have usually. So I'm here for more than
Chicago, here at the Newberry Library Book Fair, and I bought a 1955 printing of the Gourmet Cookbook for $55 based off the Gourmet magazine. Very awesome old school illustrations. I work in food marketing, so I was really interested in that. Unauthorized America, which is random travel places to go, of very strange famous places based on where people, I don't know, like it was really, it's hard to explain. It's kind of just like weird sightings of Elvis that you can go visit, like weird murder houses you can go find. It just seemed kind of interesting, so I picked that up. I got a book about canning, because I was interested in learning how to can stuff. I'm from Kentucky originally, so I got a Ma's Cookin' Mountain Recipe cookbook for like 10 cents. Oh yeah, I got the Magic Bullet cookbook also for like 10 cents. A lot of like random little recipe books. I really like to cook. I got Cold Mountain. I really liked the movie, so I thought that it would be good to check out the novel. This one I was really interested in. This is Memoirs of a Taxi Driver. This guy interviewed taxi drivers from around the world and compiled a collection of short stories based on what they told him. So I thought that sounded pretty interesting. Isaac Asimov's, but it's not really called iRobot. I think it's called, I can't remember what the original name was, but it wasn't iRobot. But anyways, John Irving book. I like John Irving. A Carl Hiaasen book. I've been wanting to try to check him out. Actually, he's been wanting to try to check them out, but so we thought we'd pick that up. What is this one?
The Guns of August.
The Guns of August, JFK's favorite book.
And
I don't know.
the Rants and Raves of
George W. Bush. I did not buy this book. Somebody else did.
It was $1.
It was $1. And that's it.
Hi, my name is Megan Kielbasa. I'm here at the Newberry Library Book Fair. I'm visiting from New York, staying with my friend Susan. And today I got some weird stuff. Return to Laughter. It's an autobiographical book about, I don't know, an anthropological experiment where this woman went to live in a bush tribe. And this is her description of that. I got some sci-fi, one called The Green Brain. This is about the overpopulated world and all of the green stuff dying and what kind of horrors happen there. So that should be fun. The Vision, it just says on the back, don't close your eyes, don't close your eyes. He's closing them for you. And then, so yeah, that sounded interesting to me. The Witch Diggers, another kind of horror sci-fi book. The Lost Continent of Mu, which I really have no idea. It's sci-fi again, and it sounds weird, and there's crazy snakes on the cover of it. So, Terry Pratchett, one of my favorite guys. I haven't read this book of his yet, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I found this Pioneer Cooking, and it has all these crazy old notes in it from people, and like a clipping of how to cook for 60 people, and I'm really kind of excited about this, so thanks.
Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm here with some of the treasures I found here at the Newberry Book Fair. The first book is Eros and the Jews, from the biblical Israel to contemporary America, as I have very old-fashioned moral values, and so I'm interested in learning more about what my religious faith of Judaism has to say on the subject of sexuality. The third book is by one of my favorite authors, Rabbi Smurley, Kosher Adultery, which talks about sexual sensuality within the confines of the marital relationship, which is where I believe sexuality belongs. Again, my moral values. And the third book, Sex by Prescription, is in sync with my studies at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. I'm studying research on human sexual behavior, and I am enjoying my work very much. And so that's what I found today, and hopefully these books will be very enlightening and very educational. Thank you.
How to Cheat Like a Man shows women how to protect what they have at home while getting a little something extra on the side. The author spent years formulating the 9 golden rules used throughout this book, which he has selflessly tested, refined, and put into practice in the real world, including case studies of 2 close female friends. Written especially for women by a guy who has done it all and lived to tell the tale, Paolo Rossi shares his expert advice on adultery, giving female readers a male perspective on actions to avoid that make husbands and boyfriends suspicious. Paolo believes that cheating doesn't destroy relationships. Getting caught does. So his system is intended to help marriages, families, and men's egos. Order your copy today and learn how to cheat like a man.
Every night, 5 to 7 million children wet their beds. It seems that bedwetting is one of the last taboo family issues. Parents don't like to talk about it because they're afraid their child will be labeled as lazy or lacking self-control. These are myths, and the problem can be overcome. In the meantime, children with unresolved bedwetting are often punished and excluded from sleepovers with friends, can't attend overnight camps, or even family vacations. Too often, the child is shamed by parents or siblings, and his or her self-esteem is compromised. It doesn't have to be that way. The book Getting to Dry is written by the Try for Dry team at one of the nation's leading children's hospitals. Visit tryfordry.com to learn how you can help your child overcome bedwetting.
We're anxious to hear from our Authors Showcase viewers. Visit authorsbroadcast.com/TV to leave a comment. Your feedback is important to us. We want to know what you think about the show and if there's any specific information you would like us to include. We produce a new Authors Showcase episode every month, and your comments and suggestions may be used in a future episode. So visit us online at authorsbroadcast.com/TV. In today's fast-paced business environment, people want to know as quickly as possible what your website is about and how you can help solve their problems. A fast show and tell will keep visitors on your site longer and help them better understand your product or service. Reno Lovison Marketing produces website video and provides a variety of marketing-related services for growing businesses. I predict nearly every company will have at least one video or multimedia presentation on their website, and we want to help make that happen. Let us show you how to use video on the web to promote your website, product, or service, announce your new book, or provide training to your staff, distributors, or end users. Take a look at some of our example videos and explore some of our other services. Call or email me personally today. Let me know what you're hoping to achieve, and I'll show you how we can help.
About 250 miles north of Chicago, Door County is Wisconsin's premier vacation destination, offering visitors of all ages outdoor fun combined with great food, performing arts, shopping, and of course, natural beauty. DoorCountyNavigator.com will help you find the perfect place to stay, play, and dine, providing all the resources you'll need to plan your trip. Be in the know before you go. To learn more about Door County, tune into A Peek Inside the Door, seen weekly on Chicago Cable, Channel 25.